A boy, 3 out of 5 different codes. Cumulative about 50 different odds. And a boy, and yeah, congratulations now. You have a new common. Now, I want to start from. I wish she's here. You see, more finalizing Matheus Cunha. Why?
Why is
So
it?
how to know from your point of view? Right now, we are defensive, sir. What me who keke?
Me defensive.
What me because of why? What's the why?
Obusa question. And I'm Ibusa as Adentia.
Na some be a top player, baby. What's me mommy be changing into a top player?
It's because you're anyone and you know it.
Do you know a winger or a number 10 and no bosses and no wait?
Oba who baby in the bubble.
Oh, ne do ni maybe obo na mapoto.
Could be bad here, which because of you. How on earth? And you ever got to play a yin baby and never born out to play.
So I don't know, but because I'm worried about
Ocean or EP in my hand or
who's a different who's about the center forward. In fact, sometimes about a second striker. Or one Scandinavian player called Larsen. Sometimes someone as a second striker behind Larsen. So at Manchester United, mobile a 3-4-3 sometimes or 3-4-3 and a direct 3-4-3, a 3 back, but then wing backs no on him 2 midfielders and 2 inside number 10s. So that's what I want to know. Because inside number 10s is Siano. Mumbo with natural wingers. Amad Diallo like this. Number 1 is part of the front 3. So I at the first game of Ruben Amorim, Amad Diallo as a wing back. So I'm thinking, is he going to be part of the inside number 10s? Then Bruno Fernandes also becomes another part of the inside number 10s because Ruben Amorim inside 10s, no, Pobio Betinia boss a hold that play, no. Sana be also ball longer. Nipa Betinia J control and Sana. And in all of this, I'm asking, Mobesa to striker now.
Sure. Now it's the loud there.
Ready, that way just go for what?
It's kind of problem. Just that, say, I'm perceived to 2 players anyhow.
But what shows that this is going to be the right purchase for you?
Oh, Kofi. On the player, all tono, a different, or banner, or be excellent, and you see another story altogether.
But you see, our body love, what Cunha. Still, who Holland or no, see.
It's because
Rich,
Holland
Rich, to boss.
Because I know my menu.
Not to boss, and I'm telling me questions.
Oh, because I know I from me.
Maybe a question.
Okay.
More Holland or Hanamuni Holland.
You know.
More Zexi or Hanamuni Zexi.
Zexi or about to a prayer.
Oh, I said, yeah. And 1 plus 1 is 2 1 plus 1 is equal to 2 minus 2. Then more Zexi or Hanamuni Zexi.
But
exactly.
But I never love to say.
Oh, see there.
But
see there.
Define how explaining.
What is a boy? Now judge him. No, so no. Rich. But honestly speaking, I think say Adia Bakobe Manchester United with the arrival of Matheus Cunha. For me, in terms of tactical point of view, I'm not looking at that for now. And I'll tell you why. My person Man United be the full transfer anyway. Then I can now have a good picture of what Matheus Cunha baby or ball how it will affect the game. But the other come here very excited about a mentality. And you see, Man United hinges on the mentality of Bruno Fernandes. But now there is a new player in Matheus Cunha. Also somebody from Brazil, almost our Portuguese mindset and how they do things are. They never want to become second fiddle to anybody. They beyond person who win, you know. And until level raiser in terms of mentality of Manchester United team. And trust me, so they be a United and you see Bruno pushing the boys to do more. Our brighter friend Matheus Cunha is definitely going to do extra than that. From that point of view, I think it's a good purchase from Team My Friend of Wolverhampton Wanderers. But Rich, they be out tidy price and come on. That's where they own cash you. And I really am okay.
Why?
Matheus Cunha price no.
This is how my market no.
Why would I market?
The last time I can or say Obi na kuta na Japan na so weto. Nti ukọ no so obejo 1 city 2 city wo sika to untimi akọ.
Ba se wo ko to any only problem. Oh your.
Men can say me problem.
Man go 4,000 almost spend it too much.
Sometimes me argument in say player now would no give you 100,000, 200,000 no. Dear now why as a player.
Yo. Now Matheus,
so what's my point?
62.5 million euros no. Then why?
You could catch this year. The Baba catcher was now so been a Tony player.
Release clause cry.
And also better. So also better there. I had to say the weekend.
Release clause.
Trigger never. It is all food I brand new here. You call trigger not for brand no. A bit so Manchester Transeno. Yemen and you fuse our brand in here. So yeah, she's cano.
Okay.
Yeah, should do Oba or the Bama on board.
I thought striker 70 bako, a bako. Was I got 2 years ago there?
Zexi, the ABI, Yabamana, another opportunity. Nah, yeah, shut the caca.
Hola, no, baby, ako.
Oh, on the Everton. On one cry away.
Oh, he no go.
You didn't catch another.
Hola, no, baby, ako.
Yeah, didn't betcha. You didn't come on a man.
And I one Laporta Dincomo. Oh, TV3, one of the channels of Catalonia Cromon. And Comono explains what Barca's transfer strategy is. Meaning, say, Barca, are you giving Juan Laporta an extension of the mandate as Barcelona president? Because for me, I think that he deserves it. Alberto Manamo, all the other Catalonia for Dr. Augustine Mo, all of them, they will tell you that, say, what say Ejumana Laporte, they didn't expect that Barca will get here this quick. The good news is that Hansi Flick contracts are done to June 2027. And me pedwe Hansi Flick attack Barca. Why not they say on signing a long-term contract? In fact, Barca wanted to give him a very long-term contract. But according to Hansi, he will take it year after year. Now, or 1 year already on the contract, and so then he will add another year to take it to year 2027 to have it. And now, Mundo say Ballon d'Or Komona Yedino, front runners top 5 no any. They have put in Mohamed Salah, Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, Pedri, and their branch friend Ousmane Dembele. Obianim, where I stand in terms of the Ballon d'Or, Sisia Beno Kasei. I won't talk about the Ballon d'Or beam. What we are hearing, and they say, and one Laporta said the contract of Lamine Yamal is already done. Akasa branch friend Lamine Yamal at 18 or signing our contract. He also did mention say a good relationship with our branch friend Rafinha, and they are going to give him a contract extension. Jonathan Tade, one senior, he may not come to team my friend FC Barcelona. The plan for Barca is to extend all of the contractor and one with team in him. Then later on, they'll be able to get a job done. And then City was big game in the run in. And now this match, me started say me Fiifi-Manfred me rounds and open. Almost Liverpool ni be me complaining about Mohamed Salah. It started from the total filling station or Kentim Chrono. And I call Living Waters Hospital, not Danny complaining. And then Miami near you says to complain. He said, Liverpool for only after Sobuji League, no, they have lost all the matches. But there is nothing to play for. And I keep on telling them, they in another especially Liverpool. Say, Ocean English Premier League table, no swa. You see, Brighton about the 8th. Say, Ekoko by the end of the season. Now say Chelsea enter me and Conference League in the crowd, and Chelsea doesn't qualify for the Champions League. Almost Brighton back over Conference League. So they have something to fight for in a season where they have played well. A lot of them are complaining about our branch friend Mohamed Salah and in the output. That is what I've said, Sir Rich. Meaning say early days in the transfer window. After Liverpool have done the job for Jeremy Frimpong, any branch here to say they are almost closing in on Milos Kerkez no. The next thing is Liverpool for the team here, and it's a rich. They need to get a centre forward who will guarantee them a lot of the goals are almost expected next season, because it doesn't look like, as it stands now, no, AB and Mohamed Salah will not be enough for them next season. Early days yet, but the Liverpool will find a striker. And then in a run in, you know, Man City at the Etihad against Bournemouth. Which is possible. Bournemouth waiting about Europe. So they also have something to fight for. And they are going away to go and play at the Etihad against a Man City team. Say, out of the 6 points now, Kano, they just need 4 points and they'll be able to qualify for the English Premier League. What we are hearing, and it's our branch here, friend, Rodri Cascante may have a cameo our match against Tima, your friend in Bournemouth. Meaning, say Chelsea for we are seeing Nyaya and Kenny City lose.
And I draw be.
They'll be draw them more. Draw the City was 66 points. It will still mean Chelsea have to beat a friend is saying Nottingham Forest. But the City lose. City has still at 65 points. Chelsea was 66 points. So you go into the Nottingham Forest game knowing that a percentage never saw in some match, which is a very, very important one. And that takes me to Enna. Rich, and when we share match of the day, Monday Night Football, Bishebi. And I heard everything that Jimmy Carragher and then Gary Neville said. I think that from an analytical point of view, we are Chelsea here. You don't have to doubt them too much. Because Rich, the data, the eye test, any new woman, it points to them clearly say Chelsea are quite away to Nottingham Forest. It is difficult for Chelsea to get a win than it is for Nottingham Forest to get a win. Clear. And why am I saying this? Rich, this season, Team Yoni Chelsea Abobiano will tell you say Chelsea for a little bit soft skaka. And when it matters most and they need to stand up, inexperience no will show. I don't think that there is a single pundit here in the top half or can say Chelsea's qualification to the final, the Champions League, will take them to the final day. Nobody did that. So I don't think anybody's supposed to hold Carragher, Gary Neville. They are doing a very good job in terms of the analysis, using the data and the eye test. But Rich, maybe Khan had 2 weeks ago say there are certain things that supercomputer doesn't take into account. Human emotions. Supercomputer means Onibi. Data don't tell you about human emotions. Data doesn't tell you about hunger. Data and yes, Ejumana. That is why they be about say Chelsea makes me qualify for Champions League. My answer is simple. She not qualify. And I know say Nottingham Forest will go into that game knowing say they will do better than Chelsea on the day. And I've said it. In my analysis of some match, 2 things are very important. One, senior Chelsea makes me control the atmosphere at the City ground. And the key factor to having a chance against Nottingham Forest. 2, how will Chelsea be able to make the front line dynamic in the absence of a branch of friend Nicolas Jackson? I think say if Enzo Maresca is worth his salt, it will come up this weekend against Team Marifreno, Nottingham Forest at the City ground. And Chelsea phoning him said they are a win away from it. And then who did transfer come Chelsea who mom bebre because as it stands now, they are waiting to see if they will qualify for the Champions League or not before they will have the conversation. Rich, make it team bisa. Weekend way. Nicolas Jackson is out. Oh yeah, Enzo Maresca. Are you starting Rhys James BM? So starting Rhys James Manchester United, Romeo Lavia started. Are you bringing Romeo Lavia back? And I said, oh, Sanko Moise Caicedo at the right back. Then I will so Enzo Maresca. Again, are you playing Tosin Adi Ebrayo? And I said, oh, but Trevor Chalobah. I think Enzo Maresca rested Romeo Lavia against Man United because he needed him fresh and focused for Nottingham Forest. So I think that in the game against Nottingham Forest, Romeo Lavia starts. And again, in terms of managing the temperament and intensity or City ground, Romeo Lavia is the man to do that job. But with how Rhys James born against Manchester United, there is no way Enzo Maresca should bench him. And Rhys James number 2 number 3 as a right back, still keep him there. For Tosin Adrebiayo any Trevor Chalobah mo be 4 and 5 Marco Kraya obiane in pretty position. But Romeo Lavia will Fiifi ne 2 attacking 8 CMs Rich, I still want Moise Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. I think say in the absence of Nicolas Jackson, the necessary evil Chelsea probably are not seeing for the very first time in a long time. Chelsea will be able to start almost 3 central midfielders now, almost 2 last season together, and have also Rhys James in this area. Then the front three, bring back Noni Madueke to the right hand side because only striker. You would want to cut in and shoot, but one only Madueke or right. Give Nico Palmer as a false nine. I understand. Because the football tactics is about risk reward. You will not get anybody to hassle Morello Mo and Milankovic. I'm hearing say Morello Mbobo Onibi. But give me Cole Palmer as a false nine and control the game. The more Cole Palmer controls the game, the more Chelsea controls the game, the more opportunities will come up. And if something is clear in the last 2 days, Enzo Maresca chair and say he is able to get goals from the non-strikers. No, Marco Correa against Manchester United, 52 touches, 5 goals this season. Our opponent boxing. In terms of defenders, the list in our has say he is the best since December. Enzo Fernandez, if they are fit, can get you goals from elsewhere. That is probably how Chelsea can go into Saha game, and then get results against Tima. Your friend in Nottingham Forest, definitely not going to be an easy one. Any easy cry, and I think that's going to be the big issue. Abrantia, your friend Dean Huijsen, Echo team, my friend on Real Madrid. So it means that Chelsea transfer list in terms of centre backs now. I asked for Jarrell Hartu, and now Francesco Farioli. Every team, your friend, I asked Amsterdam. It is very, very clear. Say Chelsea would have to find another centre back. Jarrell Hartu, Gerard Braithwaite, part of the list. I heard him. Anthony Gordon, very, very important players in there for them to come in and see if they can turn things around. For Tima, your friend at Chelsea Football Club, Al Hodema. When I saw that you people were having close conversation with Liam Delap, 50 million. Liam Delap, they sank a backup striker. Say a player. A backup striker, Tony, didn't have a G League.
Matheus Cunha.
May qualify for Champions League. Muni Champions League with some more top players.
They are Casana, as if I don't know could you have
I thought I'm sure we are Hobel. More won't qualify for Champions League. What could you assist the 2.5?
Kofi.
Yeah, me too.
Me say.
Yeah.
So I thought I'm gay. And you give my own.
I think you give my
own. That's not what we are thinking. Yes, I say, yes, Champions League now, how you be Siakobono.
Okay.
And players, I be a poor, maybe normal. I thought you. Tottenham you give mine.
No, I sent back around Laporte. I can't was an interview. No more manager was the fact say or say or Jitum say Barca opponents was strengthened for next season, and I'm saying it with Alvaro Carreras deal. Wait, watch it now. Benfica left back now. Good player. Good player. Madrid.
Okay.
The Madrid phone full backs me, no matter centre back, and now they are done with that. Harrison, any Abrante friendly Trent. Next week, Trent will be unveiled. Then they will look for another midfielder. Then they will go ahead. Now, I'm going to sort out almost season for the Club World Cup. And they are adding Abrante, your friend Alvaro Carreras. Now, Benfica for them, are always very, very tough. Negotiators. Transfer marketing. And they made it clear to Madrid for them. They say, pay and don't speak. Now, boy, the push it for a deal, or percent or bounded for the friendly fee on him because he's Spaniard. He wants to go and play for team friend FC Real Madrid. But the Benfica are still on their grounds. Say Madrid for an interest cano before they can come and have Abrantia, your friend Alvaro Carreras. Any interest in say you more season in proper. But Obia next season. People don't play. Competition is serious. You see, in more proper. But everybody's focused on how can I get better next season.
Especially so show opponents.
Opponent.
Na Osha do no yeah. And they also yeah.
And that is why a very imperative for Barca to strengthen on fullback positions on. Alejandro Balde, Jules Koundé.
So back.
But and that's the thing. Time will pray. Now need backup. Hector Fort and Gerardo Martin are no players that you can trust, especially for Gerardo Martin. Hector Fort, you're okay. You can't trust them to deliver consistently when Jules Koundé is not there. It's who here another established left back, another established right back. Our Beba Barca team to come and complement the job of Alejandro Balde and our branch here friend Jules Koundé. Because for me, they do the point of the season and then Barca for a year on fullbacks, especially for Alejandro Balde. He was injured and it affected them in that game against Inter. Barca would have to strengthen. left wing on no Hansi Flick and now one Laporte can say oh for him nanka last season money extra bench friend Nico Williams so but they've moved on from a bench friend Nico Williams. I don't know if that becomes an option and a cue to Chelsea for one say Samosimo per left winger there. Maybe your man is Nico Williams. I know that Arsenal wants somebody who will come and be a backup to our wingers no but can give them goals. Arsenal for not complain he say yes only young striker. But not just a striker. They need people that can give them those number of goals, 20, 30 consistently. I've looked at the numbers of our branch here, your friend Nico Williams. There hasn't been a season I want show 25 plus goals since he broke through our Spanish La Liga name. But then the numbers not fairly okay, and then we'll see how it goes. It's rich. A little bit of a roundup of Niakosu Europe from and any transfers now. As and when news be develop Ibiano, we'll come back to you and then of course we'll give you some more. Now from now to the weekend, see everybody up on some matches never calling the decision of the Champions League. Rich and now boys no Eddie codes me and out of the 5, you know. So I'm coming back to you again with some codes I shama. And I told you and coming pa me bonus and kadibia and kuyi, but sometimes it's not like that. Inti and I hope that sometimes ucha you won't give up because then omo will give you up no when the 16 odds nibi. Omo will give you up no when the 10 odds nibi. Omo will give you up no when the 6 plus odds nibi. Inti I'm just hoping say and then we'll be able to continue your streak, you know. It's the first code near 1E 192739. That's your first code. Your second one here 1E 1923AF. Third one here 1E 191799. And yes, last one here 1E 190F3B. Rich into your your bumpire say a radio to greens egu your coats so no onto the green rain no engu coats and so my na obia will be coffee kesiano enya bindi. Na main course na min chiska oska.
Okay.
Okay.
Ibrahim